Hello and welcome to review number 93. Today is May 1st, 2020. Happy May, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy during this global quarantine. But this week, I'm reviewing another Coke product, but this week, it is a product I never thought I would review on this channel, on this water review channel, but apparently Powerade is now getting into the water game, or so it seems, but we'll see if it actually is water later in the review. Just a quick backstory about Coca-Cola. I've talked about them a lot, but they were started in 1886 by John Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia. And since then, they bought up a lot of companies and created different beverage brands to become the huge conglomerate they are today, with companies like Sprite, Minute Maid, and Fanta as well. And this Powerade product was actually created in 1988 as a competitor to Gatorade, which came about in 1965 and was later purchased by Pepsi in the year 2000. But this Powerade is an energy drink for sportsmen, and it's actually a sponsor of the Olympics and was the first energy drink type thing to be a sponsor of the Olympics, so kind of cool there. But if you'd like to learn more about Coca-Cola and Powerade, I will have their website linked in the description below so you can check them out. They have a lot of good information about the history of the company, their CSR initiatives, and also their products. So pretty cool website. I'd recommend checking it out. And now we'll move on to bottle design and materials. And Powerade really has a very unique shape to it. It has this kind of cinched middle to it with grippy handles on it to make it easier to hold. If you're wearing a hockey glove or something, it's a little easier to grip onto for holding for those sporting moments. It's made out of a nice, hard, sturdy plastic, and this one is particularly clear. And then the cap itself is really the point of failure with these Powerade bottles. It's made out of this hard plastic that fractures very easily if you drop it. The bottle itself probably wouldn't break if you dropped it, but this really kind of cheap plastic cap is where this bottle is going to break. But it's still a nice soft touch black plastic with this little clear cap on the top with a little Powerade P on the top. And this cap covers up the nice little locking cap on the top. The label itself is made out of a nice plastic and is perfectly sealed to the bottle, so really no chance of it coming off, which is nice. And it has kind of a sporty design. I wouldn't say it's particularly elegant or nice looking, but it goes with the theme of the bottle with this sportiness. They have this kind of aggressive Powerade logo on the front, angular modern font. It says H20 plus because this is the water beverage. And it tells you a little bit about the mixed berry flavoring, some other information on the front about the product. On the side, you have, again, more information about the product, like the fact that it's 0 calories. And then on the back, what I'm glad to see is they have a nutrition facts table and an ingredients list as well, which is great. And in the ingredients list, they mention that this is sweetened with stevia sweetener, which is an artificial sweetener that you can use to get this 0 calorie-ness about this Powerade. So pretty cool that they're using stevia and not like a sucralose to get their sweetener, but they have some other ingredients in there too, like salt and some various minerals and electrolytes as well. So really quite a long list for being a water, but that brings me to the point. This is a water beverage, and a lot of these water beverages are super deceiving, and this Powerade product is no less deceiving than any of those other water beverages. Really, other than the fact that it's clear, this is no different than any other Powerade Zero product. I looked at the ingredients list, and I'll have the ingredients list up here on the screen. Other than the fact that it's not colored, it has basically the same ingredients list as a Powerade Zero. So it's really just a clear Powerade. It's not any sort of water product. And on the Powerade Zero product, they actually write it's a hydrating beverage and not a water beverage, whereas this one says water beverage, it says H20 plus. So they're really marketing this as a water, but it's not a water. It's just clear Powerade. So I really don't like how deceiving that is. And I think we'll notice on the TasteNose that it really is just a clear Powerade as well. So now on to TasteNose. So I'm not going to use the little suction cap there to pour it in to my glass. So yeah, even just standing here, I can already smell it. Super sweet, super fake berry smell. Yep, on the nose, it's fake blueberry, fake strawberry, all those flavors. It's like the mixed berry Powerade that you buy that's colored pink, but this one's just clear. Now to taste. The mouthfeel is super syrupy, smooth, really gross. And then the taste, it's salty because it has quite a bit of salt in it. This is actually, if you're sick, this is a good drink to drink because when you're sick, you typically get dehydrated. So it's good to get the salt, and Powerade or Gatorade's one way of getting it. But it's super sweet. It must have a ton of stevia in it. The typical Powerade has 40 grams of sugar in it. So they're probably adding a comparable amount of stevia to this to get that level of sweetness, but it's just super sweet, not like a water at all. And then as on the nose, it has this super fake berry flavor, strawberry, blueberry flavors. Really not my cup of tea, rather gross in my opinion. But if you like the Powerade flavors, then maybe this will be for you. But it's really not a water. It's just clear Powerade. So now that I've gone over everything about this Powerade H2O Plus, now we'll move on to final score. For company history and interestingness, I've done Coca-Cola a dozen times now. Lots of good information on their website about the history and CSR initiatives and all their products. Great job, Coca-Cola. I would expect nonetheless from such a huge company. So they get 2 out of 2.5 points for company history and interestingness. In terms of bottle design and materials, it's not the most beautiful bottle, but materials are pretty good all around. And the label design really does go with the sporty theme of the bottle. And there's really not any huge sins with the design. They have ingredients lists and nutrition facts tables. Really a good job with this bottle. The only thing I would have liked to have seen was a mineral table, but it's not a water, so I guess they get away with that. But this gets 2.25 out of 2.5 points for bottle design and materials. In terms of taste, I really did not like the smell, the mouthfeel, the taste of this at all. It has kind of a sour zing to it, which was kind of nice, but other than that, really gross kind of sweetener residue on your mouth that it leaves, and a really gross over-sweetened berry fake flavor. So they get 1 out of 4 points for taste and nose. In terms of value, this was only $1.50 at a local Walmart, so really not a bad value for a 710 ml water, which gives you a little bit of extra stuff in it, some extra electrolytes and whatnot. So they're adding a bit of value there, and it does have this kind of nice sporty cap to it. So in terms of value, I'm giving them 3/4 of 1 point. Tallying it all up, they get 6 out of 10, which their company history and interestingness is really saving them here, as well as the nice bottle. But if you're really looking to drink something nice, it's really gross, honestly. If you like Powerade, then it's typical Powerade, but I'm personally not a fan. So 6 out of 10 is what Powerade gets. I hope you all enjoyed my review of this Powerade H2O Plus water beverage. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below which products or foods or waters you'd like me to review in the future, and I will see you next week for another review. Thank you.